Welcome back to another video. I've got a Fenix light in today, and this was sent in via MyFenix UK. So what I'm going to do is just quickly go over the packaging and the specs, which I've put up on screen for you now. You can see with this one we do have an additional red LED. So I'll unbox the light just to show it to you. User guide, and you have your warranty card. Obviously with this type of light they're aiming it as either a small pocket light or a keychain light. They did include a USB-C charging cable, which is a nice bonus. And you also get a ring which you can attach to it if you want to put it onto a keychain. Size and weight are on screen for you. This is pretty small, not the smallest keychain light that I've seen, but I do like the finishing. It is a solid piece of metal, aluminium, and it's also got some nice grooves on the side, helps with the grip. There's the cover for the Type-C connector, and I'm really pleased they're using that one over the micro. I find it much more durable. Not use these LEDs, but the details are on screen for you. And on the bottom there's the hole there for the ring that you put through. You can actually stand this up because that is flat, although it's not super stable. Quick comparison next to the Nitecore Tinny or Tiny, never really sure what it was called. And you can see it's a little bit longer than the Nitecore, which does have some battle scars from being used, but there isn't a huge size difference. The Fenix does feel much better built. It's solid metal machine versus the two sides that they've screwed together on the Nitecore. Saying that, I haven't had any problems with the Nitecore. It's still working okay. Battery life's down a bit and it's a bit tatty. The switch on the Fenix is what I'd call sort of flush almost with the body. I think it's an okay design. Maybe they could have raised the rim around the edge, just make it a little bit easier to find with gloves, but that's a small point. If the light's off and you give it a quick press, or if you just turn it on, you get the battery level indicator come up, and it's a 4-stage, which is quite nice. So you'll always have a good idea of the battery level left in the light. We'll go over the UI now. Very simple. Push and hold for about half a second to turn it on and off, and a single press cycles through the power levels. It always comes on in the lowest eco mode, so there's no memory on this. And there's also no shortcut at all to say the highest output. If you want to get to the red LED, push and hold for about 1.2 seconds, and then you can cycle through the static and the beacon mode. The beacon could be pretty useful if you need to signal at night, or say you're walking along a road, you need to draw some attention to yourself so that you're seen. Here's the lockout, so what you need to do with that is a quick double press. Glad they included that because you probably will need it. This isn't rated for immersion in water, but it'd probably be alright in a shallow puddle, but I did blast it of water, didn't see any issues with it. Now we'll move on to the charging. You can use this in the eco or low mode when you are charging up the battery, and the capacity I found pretty much on spec, 209 milliamp hour, and it took just over 1 hour 21 minutes to charge from flat. User guide is on screen for you to have a look at that. There is a drop down, as you can see there, at the highest output, and I've done a test on that, real world test later on. Time for a few beam shots now, and we'll start with the Fenix. This isn't the most powerful light, it's 260 lumens, but it does reach the shed, which is around about 90 foot away. You can see that the Nitecore is a bit more powerful, as we would expect. I've also included the Unicorn as a reference light. That's quite a warm tint on that, and 850 lumens. What I'll do now is run a few more beam shots and give you a summary at the end of the video. You'll notice from the beam shots that the red LED does seem quite bright for 4 lumens, so I'm assuming it's either a bit more powerful or it's just got quite a bit more throw. It is definitely very usable if you're just using the red light. You'll definitely be able to see with that. So there's my summary of pros and cons on the screen. I do quite like this light. Perhaps would have included a lower eco mode. That would have been a nice addition. It's definitely a jump up in quality in terms of the materials versus the Nightcore light. The difference between the two in terms of the output is there, but I don't think that's a big issue for the type of use that I would have with a light like this. Don't forget to stick around. I've got quite a few lights that have come in and I'll be working through those over the next couple of weeks.